What's up, my dudes? Today is finally the day that I will be releasing a video working with Timascus. So this is a material, it's one of those really exotic materials that I've always wanted to work with. I just never have had the opportunity to do so. And this week it's finally coming to pass. If you didn't see already, we made a video with the water jet channel. That's how we cut this blank out. And then I took it back to my shop and then I've cleaned it up here. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. There's a link in the description. The reason I like the water jet video so much is because the Timascus sparks when it's cutting, so it looks really awesome on camera. And then I took it back to my shop, I just cleaned it up a little bit, and then I heat anodized it just to give you guys a little preview of what it might look like at the end. The process of heat anodizing involves just getting a blowtorch and heating it up until you get the right colors you want. It can be really cool. Depending on how long you heat it up, you can get all sorts of amazing different colors. So it's a really fun, interesting material to work with. So the first step I'm going to take is I'm going to put it in my lathe jaws, and then I'm going to use a center drill to go ahead and drill out the center of this thing. So there's actually two steps to the sizing process of the ring. First, I need to use these center drills to hollow out the middle, and that'll make it big enough that I can fit in my boring bar. And then once I've got that boring bar, I can go ahead and just slowly trim the ring away until I've got it to the size I want. You'll see in the video my lathe stalls out a bunch of times as I'm trying to cut through this. That's because titanium is a really tricky material to work with, so it's a pain in the butt, but I think the results are definitely worth it. Now that we've got that hole hollowed out all the way through the blank, it's time to go ahead and switch to the boring bar. And this process is pretty straightforward. All I'm doing is using that boring bar and slowly trimming away the inside of the ring. I'm making sure to measure periodically as I'm doing this to make sure I don't oversize the ring. And now that we've got that finished, I'll just show you a preview of what we've done so far. So I've got the inside sized correctly, but the outside is a little bit too big, so we need to go ahead and trim that down. You can see as I cut it away that the coloring on the ring gets removed, but at the end of the video you'll see me using a blowtorch and we get a really awesome color out of it. And I'm going to show you plenty of videos and photos of it, so stick around till the end to see that. Okay, next I need to make this ring comfortable to wear. So I'm going to be using an angled lathe bit, and then I'm just going in and putting this slight little bevel on this edge here, and that's to get rid of that sharp edge. If I were to put that on my finger right now, it would literally be painful to put on, and so just breaking that edge helps a lot. But then I'm going to go ahead and use this Dremel, and I'm going to continue to round that out just a little bit more, and that makes it a lot more comfortable as well. Finished with the first side. Now I just need to flip it over, repeat the same thing again. And then to finish it up, I'm just going to take a few different grits of sandpaper and polish the inside of this. Now we're ready to trim down the outside diameter of the ring and then shape the profile. I'm going to do a beveled look on this ring. I think that'll be really cool. It'll show off all the different swirls of the Timascus a little bit better than just a flat profile would. And you can see I'm just taking my time. I'm taking really small bites out of the Timascus every time I pass over it. And again, it's just because the Timascus is so tricky to work with. Now that we've got the outside diameter how we want it, it's time to go ahead and add the bevels. And to do this, it's actually pretty simple. All I'm doing is grabbing a left hand lathe bit to do the left side of the ring, and I'm gonna grab a right hand lathe bit to do the right side. So I'm just taking that angled part and pushing it against the side of the ring, slowly trimming it down. And you can see I get to a certain point and the bevel is actually too wide for the lathe bit to be able to handle all at once. And then I just do it step by step until I get it all flush and I get that nice bevel. Okay, and with that, we've got the shaping of this ring completely finished. In this close-up shot, you can see the different patterns it has in there. And if you don't know what Timascus is, it's layered different pieces of titanium that are put together. The process of making it is actually patented by Alpha Knife Supply, and they're really secretive about how they do it. So I'm not completely sure how it's made. They keep that top secret. And one thing to note, I didn't see a single delamination or any issue with the material, which I'm sure is very hard to do. So quality control is definitely really good there. I just want to give a shout out to Alpha Knife Supply. They didn't sponsor this video, but I did buy this material from them. So you can see a link down in the description where I bought that if you want to buy some yourself. Okay, now comes the best part, the part I've been waiting for, the part that I'm sure you've all been waiting for, and that's the heat anodizing. So this process is fairly simple. All I'm doing is taking this blowtorch and heating up the ring, but it can be kind of tricky to get the colors you want. So what you're seeing here is actually like my third attempt doing this. I didn't get the colors I wanted the first 2 times, so I took it back and sanded away the anodization, but I finally got it right in this take. It's important to apply even heat all the way around it, so that's why you'll see me rotating the ring around. And the colors I'm going for is that really deep purple, as well as getting some of that blue, but I still want to maintain some of that golden color. So if you do it too long, the golden colors start going away, as well as the colors start getting a bit washed out. But there can be some pros to that. The colors have some different properties depending on how hot you get the ring. So it's definitely really fun to experiment with, but this is totally my favorite way to do it. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't know, I've got a website. It's just patrickadairdesigns.com. That's where I sell rings. I'll actually be selling some Timascus rings. I've got enough material to make like 3 to 4 more. So if you're looking for a really special ring made out of Timascus, one of the most exotic materials there is, then go ahead and check out my website. I also do a bunch of other stuff like superconductor and meteorite rings. And then also be sure to keep an eye on my Instagram. That's where I'm going to be posting a huge discount code for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So if you want to buy one of these things, head over to my Instagram, follow me on there. It's at patrickadairdesigns, or you can follow the link in the description. And you're going to want to get in on that Black Friday discount code. Alright, so I'm getting pretty close to the color I want here on the anodizing. I'm just going to hit it here for a few more seconds and then we'll be done. Alright, that's the heat anodizing done. I'm going to dump a bunch of water on it. This thing is super hot right now. And with that, the ring is completely finished. So So let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I think this is one of the coolest rings I've made in a long time. It was definitely really fun to work with a material that I've wanted to work with for a while. I'm going to be trying to get my hands on some more of this material. It's pretty expensive and it's also very limited stock. So I've only got a little bit of it left. But if you guys are interested in these on my website, I'll do whatever I can to get some more of this in stock. Alright, thank you everyone for watching. Like I said, check out my website to see all the rings I make, and check out my Instagram to see behind the scenes, get discount codes, all of that. And I'll see you in the next video.